It's Super Videos back at you for another video. This is going to be my death prediction for the mid-season finale of Season 7 of The Walking Dead. So, episode 708, which is going to be called Hearts Still Beating. So, in terms of spoilers, this video is definitely influenced by the comic book and the events that happen in the comic at this time. So, it's going to have a lot of spoilers from the comic book. So if you're not a comic book reader, or if you're not caught up with that point in the comic book, I recommend you to not watch this video. But at the same time, I'm going to try to do a bit of non-spoiler prediction at the beginning, and then at the end, I will definitely be doing a lot of prediction based on the comic book. So before I actually do that, I will give you a spoiler warning. So in terms of a death prediction with no spoilers from the comic book, I think the first thing we actually need to think about is whether there will be a death. And there's definitely signs that there will be a death, because in the promo of 708, we see Negan has blood on his face, and we have Rick who has tears in his eye. So we definitely know that there will be a death. Now, who is it going to be? Not thinking about the comic material, we need to look at what they've been building up. So there's been a lot of build up with Olivia, because she escaped Negan's punishment twice now. Once when she didn't know where the guns were, and the second time when she slapped Negan. So she's definitely in the list. The other person they've been building up is Rosita. We know she has a plan to take out Negan. We don't know how successful she's going to be, but by the looks of it, she's definitely in that death prediction list as well. Things may go wrong, and she may end up being the one that dies in the mid-season finale. The next person that I can think of is Spencer. They've been building up his character and kind of concentrating on him for a little bit in the last couple episodes. So he's the other character. So in terms of non-spoilers, these are my 3 death predictions: Olivia, Spencer, and Rosita. Now, I'm going to be moving on to the spoiler component of this video. So if you're not a comic reader, then you don't want to watch the rest of this. So if you're still here, then that means that you have read the comics and you know what's going on. So in terms of the 3 people I discussed, if I have to put them in an order, I would definitely say Spencer first, then probably Olivia, and then Rosita at the end. Now, for Spencer, we know in the comics with the famous guts scene and Negan telling Spencer, "You have no guts," when Spencer is basically telling Negan that we need to take out Rick, so I would be leader. So we know that the Negan-Spencer stab scene is most likely going to happen. So that's my prediction. I think in terms of the comic material, it makes the most sense for Spencer to be the next person to die by the hands of Negan. And I think we're going to see that iconic scene from the comics come to life. It's probably going to be very gruesome. Now, in terms of Rick and when he's crying, it may seem like he has no reason to cry for Spencer's death, and that is true to an extent, because Spencer's been nothing but an asshole to him, and he's even told people that he hates Rick and things like that. But I think being in Rick's position, he feels bad because he failed them as a leader. So if Negan kills someone else, then Rick will feel like he failed Alexandrians as a leader. And he would definitely have some tears in his eyes because of that. Not necessarily because of the death itself. But if the death is brutal, as it is in the comics, then it does make sense for Rick to still have tears in his eyes. Now, the other thing that could be happening is Rick could be seeing Negan holding Judith, and that's why he's about to cry and has tears in his eye. So that's another part of it. That could also be happening. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're probably going to see Spencer die in the mid-season finale. Now, there's one thing I want to mention here. If you take a look at the title of the episode, Hearts Still Beating, that's probably something a character says in the episode itself. Because for all of the episodes in this season, except the first one, for all of the titles, it's actually been used in the episode itself. The Well, The Cell, Service, Go-Getters, and then Swear, and in the last episode, which was Sing Me a Song. So for all of these titles, the title was actually one of the quotes that was in the actual episode. So I think it's the same with this episode. I think we're going to see a character probably saying his heart is still beating, referring to Spencer's lifeless body, or Spencer who is about to die. Now, even if he gets stabbed in the guts, like in the comics, they could still say that, but I think this could actually be like an Easter egg or some hint of how he would be stabbed for comic readers, because I could very well see Negan stab Spencer in the heart instead of the guts. Now, being a comic reader, of course I want to see that come to life in the TV show just like it does in the comics, but I think it could be a good twist or a good remix if they actually do that and have Negan stab Spencer in the heart instead of the guts. But that's my prediction. I want you to share your predictions about who you think is going to die. Leave it in the comment section below. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back for another video.